Man, I fucking hope like hell EBT gets cut off November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Not only because it would just be good for everybody to see all the welfare queens be exposed for the deadbeat parents they absolutely are, but mostly because it would be really nice to just pay 30 to 40% less for all my goddamn groceries. Have a wonderful day.
So this man literally just said he is willing to let people go hungry. He is willing to let people starve so that he can save 30 to 40% on his groceries. One line of things that he consumes, to save 30 or 40%, he's willing to let people starve. This is a classic MAGA mentality. It's me, me, me. All they care about is themselves, and that's exactly why we are in the situation we are in. Instead of looking out for their fellow man and giving somebody help and allowing people to not starve and go hungry, he would rather selfishly save 30% on his grocery bill. That is the typical Republican MAGA today. Somebody who does not care about anybody but themselves and would literally not care if somebody went hungry and starved. Let that sink in.
It's bad enough that you're taking food away from people and families, but you're also taking revenue away from our grocery stores and our farmers. That's a big deal for the American economy. Our stores, they're going to be losing revenue. And what are they going to have to decide? They're going to have to cut back on worker hours. They're going to have to lay people off. So the ripple effects, the consequences of President Trump's cruel and callous and calculated decision, I guess, to cut off these benefits, not only impacts those who need the food, but also our broader economy.
Hello there, people of the internet. I really hope you're doing fine from whichever part of the world you're watching me from. My name is Dev KE and this is Real Talk Black. Now, we all know that the government of the United States has some programs in place to support individuals and families that are, in the low income group and that are not able to provide for themselves. These individuals are not able to, get their daily basic needs. So the government, through some programs like EBTs, food stamp, and SNAP benefits, come through for them so that they can be able to at least supplement their diet and be able to afford some of these basic needs. So recently, the Trump administration announced that they're going to cut off these EBT cards and SNAP benefits beginning the 1st of November. And so many of these white folks had a reaction to this decision by the Trump administration. Before we forget, let it be known that most of these whites, they are radical white supremacists, and what they stand for is that they voted in for President Trump together with the support from Elon Musk. And we know how Elon Musk came into office, came with some departments that saw people losing their jobs and job cuts and all that. And for a long time, people have been saying that these benefits were there to help people who are lazy, the black folks who are not going to work. But in reality, it's coming out that more and more white folks needed these benefits than the black people. So let's listen in to a few clips here and then have, I'll give my honest commentary about it in the end. So see you around.
We are in big trouble, America. America, we are in big trouble, especially for low-income families. There is possibility of people not getting their benefits, their food stamps and their Medicaid benefits if this shutdown continue. We are on like day 17 of the shutdown, and we don't know when these people will come together and find a solution for these people. We have people who work in public sectors, especially federal governments, that have not getting paid for like 2 weeks. And now this issue is even affecting those people who rely on government assistance. There is 42 million Americans who rely on SNAPs and Medicaid. Guys, we are in trouble. I don't even know how long this government shutdown will last. The previous Trump government shutdown lasted over 30 days, and this thing, if it gets to November 1st, then those who receive government assistance will not get anything. They will not see anything in their benefits coming November 1st. So we only have today is the 17th. We only have 13 days to figure out things. People in the government, what are you guys doing? And the saddest part of this, these people who are supposed to vote, they are getting their paychecks, so they're good. They have nothing to lose. They don't get government benefits like food stamp and Medicaid, and they're getting paid like usual. So the people who are affected, they're affected. Like, you guys have to do something. This is getting out of hand, and it cannot continue like this.
Look, y'all, you heard me? I'm one of the people that need to get food stamp. I'm the person that need to get EBT. You know why? Because I'm disabled. I ain't got no toes, you heard me? Y'all see that, you heard me? I ain't got no toes on this right foot. My leg be swelling up. My foot be swelling up. Every time I walk long, my foot swell up. When I sit too long, my legs swell up. Even when I walk long, my legs swell up. This be swole up. My whole leg be swole up, you heard me? I ain't got no toes on this foot. I got toes on this foot. I'm disabled. I can't work. I can't work from home. I'm not good with customer service, you heard me? I'm not good with that shit, bro. Like I'm one of the ones, you heard me, that need the EBT. I'm the one that need food stamp. I'm the one that need that shit. I'm the one that need it. I'm the one that need it. I'm disabled. I can't work no more, bro. That's over with. You heard me? So you heard me, like, I'm telling y'all, you heard me, like, I can't work no more, bro. I can't work. It's over with. You feel me? Like, my leg be sweating up, you heard me? My foot be sweating up. When I walk too long, my foot and leg be sweating up, you heard me? It be swole up, bro. Like, my whole leg be swole. This whole leg. And my foot be like this big. My leg be like this big. This leg good. Just this leg, yo. So, I'm the one that need to get the food stamp. I'm the one that's disabled. I'm the one that need the EBT. And they talking about cutting the food stamp off next month. That's bullshit, you heard me? And I can't work, you heard me? So that's over with for me, you feel me, you heard me? That's over with, you dig? So like, they can't work no more, you heard me? That shit just straight bullshit. Like, how the fuck y'all cut food stamps off from everybody, especially the ones that disabled? Like me, I'm disabled. I deserve to have food stamp. I deserve to have the EBT. I deserve to be going to the store, spending my food stamp card in the store. You heard me? I ain't the ones that work. I can't work. I'm disabled. I told y'all that, you heard me? I'm disabled. You feel me? Yeah.
Let them fuck around and find out. And we actually stand on business. I mean, do we need to eat? 100%. But that's why I'm kind of saying we need to do something a little bit more methodical. Like, we need to just pick one day where nobody spends a fucking dime. Grocery prices are high as fuck. Cost of eggs is high. We drink lactate milk, right? The gallon or whatever, I don't even know how many ounces it is of lactate milk that comes in it. It's like almost $8 depending on where you go. Walmart, it's over $6 for a gallon of milk. Grocery prices have been high. What exactly do you think is going to happen when people aren't getting their SNAP benefits and grocery prices are still high? Trump is so self-inflated that he doesn't actually care about the stuff that they're doing. Like, he's like, okay, you know what? Just move the money. I don't really care. Just move the money. Fuck the people who will rely on it heavily. They'll figure it out. Like, they'll do what they got to do. And no telling who's in Trump's ear. Because once you're already wealthy, you're not sensitive to anybody who's not. You don't give a fuck about anybody who's not. They're going to do let them eat cake. You're not going to take seriously that people cannot afford eggs. People cannot afford bread. People cannot afford milk. And I got into a conversation about this with my own sister, and she's like, well, what's the point in telling people not to spend for one day if we're going to turn around and spend the next day? The point is to fuck with these motherfuckers. The point is to let them know that we're actually paying attention. The point is to collectively aggregate, or whatever the word is, our power. The point is to be conscious about our collective movement. I say
EBT, the SNAP benefits, ends in November. And I want to make this very clear. This is my personal opinion. You don't like it, scroll on by. SNAP EBT is paid by tax dollars. I pay for that. I haven't missed a single year in taxes since I was of age. I pay for that, and yet I can't get on it. I don't meet the requirements. Why? Because I'm single. I'm on my own. I don't have a disability. I don't have kids. So I don't meet the requirements according to my state. Okay? So this is why I say my personal opinion. If you have more than 2 kids, you should not be allowed to have EBT. Because the first time you had a kid, you went and got EBT because you couldn't afford to feed the kid. Then you had another, and you barely couldn't afford to feed the first one, and now you barely can afford the second one, so you get more on EBT. What makes you think, if you have another one, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, that that's okay? Okay? It's selfish. It is selfish. For those that are freaking out right now, well, welcome to the party. Welcome to the club. What about all of us? What about the rest of us that have been struggling, barely getting by, while you guys get free food every single day off of my tax dollars? If you don't like it, you can scroll on by. But the truth is, my personal opinion, if you have more than 2 children, you should not be allowed on EBT. And if that bothers you, it's because it's the truth. God bless.
If you are naive enough to think that the pause to SNAP benefits on November 1st isn't going to affect you because you don't receive food stamps, I want you to hear this. About 1 in 8 Americans receive SNAP benefits. In fact, in Oklahoma, where I live, that's 1 in 6 people. So about 600,000 people in my state alone, Oklahoma, receive SNAP benefits. About 1 in 4 children in the U.S. receive SNAP benefits. But you're not one of those people, so you don't care. But hang with me. When those benefits go away, just about $9 billion in grocery spending vanishes. So you've got to be thinking about not just the grocery stores being able to stay open and pay their employees, but you have to think about the entire supply chain, trucks on the road, people who provide food to these grocery stores. $9 billion. Every dollar spent in SNAP benefits adds about $1.50 to $1.80 to the economy. So cutting those benefits isn't saving that dollar, it's taking away that $1.50 to your local economy. But you don't receive SNAP benefits, you don't work for a grocery store, you don't drive a truck, you don't give a shit. But when all of those things happen, the only way to combat that is to drastically increase the price of groceries. Grocery prices are already up over 3% in 2025 alone, which is almost an entire percentage higher than the average increase in grocery prices over the last 20 years. I thought they were supposed to go down day 1 though. So even if SNAP benefits only pause for 1 month, which by the way would be detrimental to all the people I mentioned before that you don't give a shit about, it will cost the economy roughly $13 to $14 billion in profit. And you can expect your grocery prices in just that 1 month to go up at least 1%. And states will stand to lose about $300 to $500 million in sales tax revenue. So even if you do not receive SNAP benefits, you never have, you never will, you do not want these to be paused on November 1st.
If you're on SNAP or EBT benefits, you need to watch this video. So with the shutdown, the SNAP benefits, EBT, it's running out. Here's some suggestions. Don't spend money to get your nails done. Don't spend money on Hennessy. Don't spend money on Jordan.
Okay, y'all gonna want to hear this, because this is coming November 1st. If you are receiving SNAP EBT, by November 1st, you're gonna have to start working 80 hours a month just for you to collect your food stamps. So all that staying home, chilling, hanging out, it's time to wrap that shit the fuck up, because now you gotta go to work. Okay? And this is not for the ones that are handicapped, that can't work at all. This is for those young parents that are able to work, but they decide to stay home, be lazy, and collect food stamps and cash. Right? The taxpayers are paying your rent and shit. But this is what's coming November 1st. Now, I don't know, is it because of the shutdown of the government? But I've been telling you guys that this is coming for a very long time. So now you guys got to get your ass up and go work. And you can't complain. It's 80 hours a month. Okay? Not per week, a month. So you still get to chill. But now you still got to get up early in the morning. Take your ass to work. Work for a couple of hours. It is what it is. I told you guys this shit was coming. And it's here. November 1st. So get ready. You heard it here first. Don't forget to follow, repost this, share it. Because a lot of people don't know what's coming. Share this shit. And don't forget to comment below.
And I'ma just go ahead and say it. Cause me have been saying it for years. But y'all ain't wanna listen to them. And it just came to realization. Well, I've been through this. But it's coming to realization for some of y'all that I don't need men. I don't need a nigga for this. I don't need a nigga for that. It's catching up with y'all asses. The government said they gonna cut off y'all food stamps for a month. Y'all talking about going to stores and stealing. Y'all solution is going out there and doing shit like that. But y'all wouldn't even have to do shit like that, because if y'all would give these good men a fucking chance and stop being stuck up in y'all fucked up ass way and stop trying to fucking beef and be rivals with men, you will be straight November, because your man will be making sure some food in that motherfucking house, as he should. He'll be making sure those children are fed to the point to where you don't have to worry about nothing. You shouldn't have to worry about nothing, but y'all don't allow men to take care of y'all. Y'all don't want to be taken care of. Y'all want the government to take care of y'all. Y'all don't give a fuck about niggas. That's what the fuck y'all been saying for so long.
Millions of Americans won't be getting their food stamp benefits for the month of November. If you ain't got a letter yet, please believe you're going to be getting one soon. People are already starting getting letters saying that they're not going to get their benefits for the month of November because of the government shutdown. So if you receive EBT, be prepared not to get your benefits next month. It's not only going to affect people who get food stamps. This is going to affect the grocery stores, because who won't be there on the 1st of the month, usually between the 1st and the 10th of the month, getting food. All that food that they buy, yeah, who's going to be buying all that food that the grocery stores restocked to sell? They depend on people with food stamps coming into their stores and buying up their food. So the grocery store is going to be affected. If the grocery stores ain't getting people coming in there buying their food, then they're going to start sending people home, because we ain't got nobody for you to ring up. We got too many workers in here and not enough buyers. You could go home. Corner stores are going to be affected. Not just big grocery stores. Corner stores are going to be affected too. Schools are going to be affected. There's over 21 million kids on the free or reduced lunch program. Yeah, all them kids are going to be affected. So please believe, just because you ain't on food stamps doesn't mean you ain't going to feel it. And then all the food banks are going to be overwhelmed and have crazy ass wait times, have crazy ass lines for people trying to get food. It's going to be fucking chaos. People not getting their food benefits is going to be complete fucking chaos. Mike Johnson, if you don't open this motherfucking government, you Republicans are in control. Stop blaming the fucking Democrats for this fucking shutdown and do what the fuck y'all supposed to do and negotiate with the Democrats and figure out a way to open up the fucking government before you have millions of people out here fucking starving for a whole month. And crime's gonna go up. Motherfuckers not about to starve. Crime gonna go up. Morale gonna go down, and crime is gonna fucking go up if y'all don't open up this fucking government and make sure that people are getting their benefits. I just seen a video with this guy talking about they had to shut down his Walmart that he works at because motherfuckers was rushing in there with their baskets and just filling up their baskets and running out because they know that they not getting their benefits next month. So chaos has already erupted. And for the motherfuckers who always hopping in my comments talking about, oh, just get a job, 86% of people who are on food stamps, who receive benefits, have a job. They working, bitch. How about you tell your motherfucking president to give the American people a livable wage?
Let's stop acting like people who have food stamps actually want to be on food stamps. You guys are ignorant as fuck, and it's pissing me off. Bitch, that's why we pay for taxes. Food should be free.
I just met with somebody with the Department of Health and Human Services, and it is accurate, just like the memo said yesterday. There will be no food stamps for the month of November. December is also considered to be up in the air. On top of that, multiple DHA cases are being put together, and then hours are getting cut for our workers as well. So I don't know how Michiganders are supposed to prepare for something of this magnitude, but it is time to start doing so.
I'm seeing more and more people online saying, well, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote to lose my job, and I didn't vote for a global trade war, and I didn't vote for Elon Musk to run amok in the government, slashing agencies and cutting jobs, and I didn't vote to see America's allies cast aside. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course you voted for that. You were perfectly happy to see all that happen as long as it didn't happen to you. And now that the leopard is eating your face, suddenly you've changed your tune. Well, you get no sympathy from me. You voted for that. You wanted that. So you sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I don't care what happens to you. I just want you to feel the pain that you brought on yourself, because that is the only way you can learn.
Let me get this straight. These Democrats are mad because they can't buy no more soda, no more junk food with their EBT, talking about make healthy food affordable. It's not even affordable. You're already getting it for free. What the fuck?
So the people who are getting kicked off of EBT or severely cut, but there are no jobs, but the government's like, if you want to eat, you have to have a job. What's the workaround? How is that going to work?
You know, that's a very good question. But there's work out there. You just haven't been hungry enough to go find it. You see all these people that's crossing the border? They were hungry enough. And they were on a mission to change their life. They came over here and took it because they weren't dependent on you to take care of their ass. You know, all those ones that's considered illegal, they're not supposed to be able to get food stamps, Section 8, and those kind of benefits. But some of them do. And you know that Donald Trump didn't leave you hanging either. He just cleared the way. 475 people are needed in the construction industry to help build a battery plant in Georgia because he just cleaned 475 illegal ones out. You know, we've been spoiled as Americans. You may have to take a job cleaning shitters or something, but there's work out there. And if you can't find a job, all you gotta do is volunteer for 15 hours a week. And Donald Trump's gonna take care of you. He's gonna keep you in your Section 8 houses and your food stamps. But those people that come across the border, they don't have that option. Only us Americans do. We're just fucking spoiled, and that's the problem. We got to do better.
So food stamps gone November 1st, huh? That's what you get, bitch. That's what them kids can't eat lobster tails for snack, bitch. The list said, remember the list? The teacher had the little list. It said fruit snacks, tissue, crackers, the little things, all that kind of juice boxes and all that. Bitch, it did not call for prawns and fucking crab legs, king crab legs, bitch. How the kids gonna melt the butter for snack time, bitch? It's over. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't get stamps no more anyway. They been cut our shit up long time ago, and we just had to figure out another way. I'll tell you, if you need to figure out a way on how to survive without hunger and starvation without your EBT, inbox me in a minute.
Why do people who don't depend on government assistance care so much about the people who do? And the fact that there may or may not be a disbursement next month. Why do y'all care? Now, I'm not upset, okay? I'm just a little irritated because I had a conversation with a friend earlier about this. I was already gonna make a video about this, but I have to change it just because of what we talked about, okay? Listen, why do y'all care? It seems to me that y'all a little bit jealous, okay, that y'all don't get assistance. Y'all don't get the extra help. And, you know, life is hard, okay? We all need a little help. But y'all feel like, okay, I'm working hard. I should be able to get a little extra help. And it's people that's sitting at home on their behind and they not doing nothing. And I got to do all this. And that's what you get. A lot of y'all feel like that. It grinds my gears because y'all fail to realize that at a point in time, a lot of y'all, that you were once in those same people position. You just had a different mind frame. and you had the strength and, you know, the favor to go about your business and do what you have to do so you won't be in the same position that they're in, right? You should really count your blessings that you ain't got to worry about the things that people that is on EBT have to worry about next month, right? Instead of counting your blessings, y'all just so worried about everybody who may or may not eat next month. If they kids may or may not eat next month. Y'all couldn't wait to say, aha, now y'all got to get a job. For what? That to me shows that you are spiritually broke. You reaching in your spirit pocket, you're pulling out lint. You're spiritually broke. You are relishing in the fact that somebody else may have to suffer next month. Somebody else's kids may have to suffer next month. And it's sad. My name is Tatania, okay? And I get government assistance. Yeah, I get EBT.
Now, thank you so much for watching up until the end. If you're coming across the channel for the first time, please take a minute to subscribe so that you can help me get to 5,000 subscribers. And also those who have been watching the channel, supporting the channel through joining the membership, you know, the super thanks and all that, buy me coffee link and all that. I mean, I see you and I'm really grateful for that. So now, back to the real issue here. White supremacists have always believed that all the good things in America are for them, and that they deserve all that. Unlike the other communities like the Hispanic, the Arabic, the Black folks, they do not care so much what happens to other group. And yeah, just as I had mentioned earlier, most of these white folks, they hid away from the fact that they depended on these subsidies or these programs, the SNAP, EBTs to survive. And it's coming out when you see more and more of these folks coming out to cry openly about this situation. Then it brings the question of who really dependent on, you know, these government programs to survive. They have, for a long time, they have labeled the black folks, the black Americans and African Americans that they are lazy, they do not want to work. That's why they depend on such programs to survive. But in reality, when now the economy is so hard for everyone, the Trump administration has tariffs all over. Truckers are not able to transport goods from one point to another. Farmers are not producing anything. They are not able to sell their products. So the economy is in shackles. So now this has a ripple effect to everyone, and especially the white folks. They are now going through the harsh reality that the black folks have been going through for a long time. And now that they too, they are not able to, you know, provide for themselves and get these basic needs, then now they see the need to come out and condemn the administration. Normally when black folks come out to, you know, champion for such, like go against these rules by Trump, they normally label them as lazy, they do not want to work, they should go back to their country and all that. But in reality, the black folks have been standing in for, you know, for the right things, for equality and for all that, but they've not just been seeing it. So right now that it's at their doorstep and they're feeling the pinch, they are also coming out and trying to condemn this. But then let's not forget that they are not condemning this because it affects them. They voted in Trump because they wanted these things to happen to the other communities and not them. But then God has just a way of working things out, and everybody is getting what they voted for. So it's a classical FAFO moment for some of these white folks. So it then brings the question of who really depended on these government programs to survive. And yeah, for the black folks, for as much as I know, they have been resilient. They have been using limited resources for a while to sustain themselves. Some have been working 2-3 jobs so that they can be able to support their families and all that. But then now that it's come to the white folks too, they are not able to do that, and now they are all over crying the internet. I'm not saying they should not try. I'm saying that when it comes to time of making critical decisions like during the elections, then they should be able to make very clear decisions so that they do not be affected by some of these, policies. So when these benefits, SNAP benefits and EBT cards are declined and the government will no longer support them, then a lot will happen. People are going to go hungry. Insecurity is going to be on the rise. Recently, we saw some folks breaking in into Walmart to, at least steal something so that they are able to survive. Robberies are going to shoot, and just insecurity is going to go high because people are not able to feed themselves. And that's just what's going to happen. And I'm not sure what you think about this whole situation. Share with me your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. Thank you so much for watching. And I recently noticed that 90% of people who have watched my videos or who are watching this channel are not subscribed to the channel. So I'm humbly requesting that you help me by clicking the subscribe button. Click the link below in the description to join the membership and really see what I can get to offer you. And I'll really be grateful for your support. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.